Hey, you guys, welcome to day 6, Hot Topics and Cool Drinks. This series is created exclusively for adults 50 and over, especially those of us who are corporate executives, past or present, parents and grandparents who paid for their children's education, descendants of legacy minded families who believe in long term thinking over short term trends. Each evening, we gather to reflect, reconnect, and realign. This isn't about trends, it's about truth, tools, and timing. I'm your host, Antoinette Wook, a former corporate executive turned philanthropist, entrepreneur, licensed real estate agent, writer, and mother. I've built companies, raised children, and developed tools to protect both legacy and privacy. My books include She Shines Anyway, Do Your Job, and Waking Up and Walking Away, all available on Amazon and my website, bewellnesscenter.shop. Before we get into tonight, I just want to share with you that we are going deeper, and it's not just about strategy tonight, it's about going into story, okay? I want to go ahead and introduce my cool drink for the evening. This is called Parfait, okay? Parfait. And it's actually a more natural drink. And when I say more natural, I mean that it's excellent for our blood sugar. It's made with real fruit juice, caffeine free, nothing artificial, no added sugar, and no preservatives. And some of the ingredients that's in here is water, passion fruit, pineapple juice, lemon juice, guava, blood orange juice, citrus extract, monk fruit, and turmeric. Yes, I said it, turmeric, which turmeric is amazing for so many things. And I'll share another night why turmeric is so amazing. But anyway, let's go ahead and have a drink and a toast for tonight, guys. I give that an 8.5. I'm going to read from my book, She Shines Anyway. As I've shared with you guys, this is 76 poems for the woman that refuses to dim her light. You can find this book on Amazon and bewellnesscenter.shop. This poem is called Call It What You Want. They call it arrogance because it doesn't ask for approval. They call it ego because it doesn't shrink. They call it too much because it doesn't flinch when stared at. They call it attitude because it walks like it knows something. But I call it earned. I call it unapologetic. I call it what happens when you survive what was designed to silence you. So call it whatever helps you sleep. Just know this. I'm not showing off. I'm showing up. Yes. I hope you guys like that. If you do, you know where to find it. bewellnesscenter.shop. Okay. Now, that book took me less than an hour to edit it using AI tools. It sure did, which normally would take about, several weeks or even months. Okay. And I got it done in less than an hour. So tonight's includes, let me share with you guys what we're going to be talking about tonight. A personal essay that I wrote for one of my college courses about the misuse of artificial intelligence in the media, a menopause wellness tip for high functioning women in midlife transition, a business strategy segment for executives saving 6 figures each quarter through smart artificial intelligence use, a second poem reading from my book, She Shines Anyway, and our featured book for the night, Warren and Bill. Okay, it's called Gates and Buffett and the Friendship That Changed the World. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on that essay. I'm going to take another sip real quick of this drink. All right. So before we get into that, let me go ahead. No, I'm going to go ahead and get into it. So this is called The Evolution of Artificial Intelligence in Marketing and the Urgent Need to Reclaim Its Original Content. Artificial intelligence is not new, though its buzz has surged in the 2020s. Its roots in marketing and branding stretch back as far as 1980s. Initially developed and deployed as a tool to automate processes and sharpen decision making in media planning, product placement, and consumer engagement. AI's purpose was grounded in improving efficiency, not manipulating emotions. Today, however, the use of AI has drifted into core utility. Social media platforms and influencers have redefined its function by layering personal biases and emotional agendas into digital tools once built for objectivity. This shift has contributed to a deepening mental health crisis, especially among teens and college students, while damaging the integrity of marketing and branding itself. A legacy of intelligence, not influence. In the 1980s and 90s, AI was embedded in marketing systems as an assistive technology. Major corporations and media conglomerates managed inventory using AI, personalized mail campaigns, and targeted television advertisements. These tools analyze data trends to better understand consumer behavior, allowing brands to deliver relevant content to the right audience without ego, bias, or emotional manipulation. This era of AI was not about influencing emotions, it was about refining processes. It ensured that marketing teams could respond to customer needs with precision and speed. AI helped optimize everything from ad timing to demographic targeting, and its usage improved consumer experience while protecting brand integrity. Now, as we move forward into 20 years later, okay, particularly with the rise of social media and AI's use shifted dramatically. It became less of a behind the scenes system and more of a digital paintbrush for human emotion. Instead of being used automatically for media delivery and brand strategy, AI became a tool misused by influencers and online personalities to manipulate reality and curate perfection. Rather than improving processes, it began promoting false narratives, especially targeting teens who were fed unrealistic standards of beauty, lifestyle, and success. What began as tools for data-driven enhancement were abused to reshape faces, bodies, and environments, producing 100% artificially generated content that masqueraded as real. This misuse of AI introduced a false standard of what perfect looks like, leading to confusion, depression, and comparison-based anxiety among young users. Influencers, many with no background in mental health or education, crafted entire digital identities powered by filters, avatars, and synthetic edits. And with every post, they taught a generation to measure themselves against something real and something that never even existed. This might be called emotional painting with AI was transformed digital platforms into performance stages. The cost, a spike in anxiety, depression, and identity confusion, particularly among the impressionable youth. Nowhere is the misuse more evident than in today's national mental health crisis among college students and teens. Rather than offering clarity or structure, AI-powered feeds now serve emotionally charged, highly filtered content designed to provoke reactions and not understanding. Students are growing up in an environment where emotional instability is rewarded with digital attention. Influencers, many untrained in psychology or wellness, use AI to create content that mimics authenticity but delivers confusion. They shape belief systems, erode self-esteem, and create unrealistic expectations. The result, a generation flooded with curated trauma, aesthetic perfectionism, and performative healing, all powered by tools that were never meant to carry emotional weight. And why must we return to responsible artificial intelligence? Is because the path forward must involve returning AI to its rightful lane. AI should be used automatically for its foundational purpose, optimizing systems, reducing cost, and delivering useful fact-based insights. Corporate leaders, entrepreneurs, and digital creators must take the lead in restoring AI's integrity by using AI to improve business, not personas, reintroducing value-driven content, monitoring emotional baggage behind the scene, investing in AI literacy, protecting company cash flow and financial resilience. The only legitimate emotional tie a business owner should have to AI is the commitment to cash flow, scalability, and risk management. Okay, and that was written by me, Antoinette Wolf. All right. And the last few days we've been talking about the teen mental health crisis that my campus has really, really been focused on, and a lot of it has to do with a lot of cyberbullying. So that's where that comes in from one of my classes. Let's take a sip before moving on. We're going to move on to a quick menopause moment now. So guys, give the ladies a few moments. I'm going to share a wellness tip for the ladies that's going through menopause. As I've mentioned for every night, menopause begins anywhere from 35 to 55, sometimes later and sometimes actually sooner. But yeah, I'm going through it. Okay. Anyway, so this is the menopause moment. It's the wellness tip. Honor the hormonal pivot. Menopause doesn't mean that you're slowing down. It means you're recalibrating. Track your high functioning hours, reduce inflammatory foods, and use AI-based wellness tools to monitor your shifts and sleep and energy. You're not losing power, you're gaining clarity, and with clarity comes control. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to try this drink, Parfait, is because it has turmeric in it. And turmeric helps with inflammation. And so, that's why I wanted to try it. Anyway, so let's go on into the business corner. Executives who transition into entrepreneurship often struggle with time, overhead, and inefficient hiring. That's where AI comes in. Use it to automate vendor quotes, run deep background checks, flag financial blind spots, forecast downturns, evaluate your highest rate of return activities, and smart use of AI can help you save hundreds of thousands of dollars each quarter by eliminating emotional decisions and scaling operational efficiency. All right, so that's my tip on that tonight. All right, let's just go ahead and get started in the book that I want to talk about. All right, so last night, which was day 5, we talked about Howard Buffett, Warren Buffett's son, and the global agriculture and humanitarian efforts that he led. But tonight, we're going to shift focus to his father, the mentor, the investor who redefined value, and the man whose friendship with a fellow tech pioneer changed the world, which is Warren Buffett. So Warren Buffett is chairman and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, world-renowned value investor, lifelong advocate of long-term strategy over hype, known for living modestly and giving generously. He pledged over 99% of his wealth to global causes, donated $100 billion plus to the Gates Foundation. And Bill Gates, I don't know if you guys ever heard of him, but he is the co-founder of Microsoft. Okay, he's the tech visionary that turned global philanthropy, in my opinion, into something to be talked about. He founded the Gates Foundation to tackle poverty, pandemics, education reform, and sanitation. He shifted from tech dominance to global service, proving that real power lies in impact. And the first night we actually talked about on day 1, was it day 1? No, day 2, Melinda Gates, who is also co-founder of the Gates Foundation. Now, let's talk about the writer of this book that we're going to be talking about tonight. Arthur McCartine. He's from New Zealand. He's a novelist, playwright, and screenwriter. He's known for transforming real-world figures into powerful literacy and cinema works. He wrote award-winning screenplays like The Theory, The Bohemian Rhapsody with Freddie Mercury, The Darkest Hour, The Two Popes, and in Warren and Bill, he applies his signature depth and emotion to tell a story not just about money, but meaning, mentorship, and mutual respect. So this is what the book's about. This book is rich in historical detail, private correspondence, and philosophical reflection. You're going to discover, if when you read this book, that a behind-the-scenes look at how Warren Buffett came to donate the majority of his wealth to a foundation he didn't create, how Bill Gates' analytical mind was influenced by Buffett's emotional restraint, the unexpected power of simplicity and humility in multi-billion-dollar decision-making, how their conversations about morality, mortality, and legacy shaped the future of giving. Insights into the rise of the Giving Pledge was sparked with it, and who resisted it, and what it's becoming. The book also includes commentary on public skepticism about billionaires and how the two addressed it head on. Internal struggles that each men face when transitioning from building empires to dismantling inequality. The exact moments that shifted their focus from accumulation to contribution. And whether you're into philanthropy, finance, or leadership, this book is definitely a roadmap for building real human legacy. You can find this book, Warren and Bill Gates, Buffett, and the Friendship That Changed the World by Anthony McCartine on Amazon, at Barnes & Nobles, Books A Million, Target, and you know I have it at BeWellnessCenter.shop. Okay? Now, I think, you know what, guys? I think I'm going to go ahead and end it for the night. Let me just finish up my drink. And before I end, let's go ahead and close out with another poem from my book, She Shines Anyway, 76 Poems for the Woman That Refuses to Dim Her Light. And let's see here. Where are we at? Jealousy doesn't hide well. No, here we are. I'll read this one. They clap quiet for a reason. When you shared your win and they blinked instead of beaming, their congratulations came late, buried in silence, suffocating under the weight of their own envy. They didn't celebrate you because your growth reminds them that they're still standing still. They clap quietly because the louder they cheer, the more it echoes against the walls of what they haven't built. But don't shrink your celebration to make others comfortable. Those slow claps, they say more about them than they ever will about you. Shine anyway and shine louder. Okay, so yeah, those are the poems, those are the poems that I'm going to be reading for the night. And I think I'm done. I'm done for the night, guys. I really am. Let's see, what are my closing words? You know, I had to prepare a little something. I prepared this for us. Let's see, what's my parting words for the evening? Well, let's do a quick recap. So tonight, we talked about the role in artificial intelligence in business branding and emotional regulation. We discussed menopause, as usual. I shared some strategies to save six figures each quarter with the precision tools I read from my book. And I talked about Warren and Bill, Gates and Buffett, and the friendship that changed the world. So that's the recap. Don't forget to subscribe, you guys, here on YouTube or over at Wolf Vibrations on Instagram. Visit BeWellnessCenter.shop for tonight's featured books and more, and rewatch tonight's episode on your morning commute. Share this with someone who believes in legacy over labels, and I'll see you tomorrow with the same time, the same mission, because we're not here for noise, you guys. We are here for legacy. Okay, that's it. That's all I have for now. You guys have a great night.